Hey guys, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid, and we are preparing for Hurricane Florence, I guess. If you're a loyal subscriber and you come here for the morning ramble every morning, this is it. You're kind of having a walking morning ramble in progress because I just stepped out of the house. The sun is almost up. It's about, well, the sun's not going to be up because it'll come up, but it's going to be covered with clouds. It's about 6:40 a.m. right now. I've been up for quite a while, but I was waiting for it to get light enough to see. So here's what I'm doing. Of course, I'm going to be preparing to take care of my family. We're already prepared. We're not doomsday preppers, but we make sure to stay plenty stocked up in what we need and stuff. So we're going to make sure to go get anything that we're going to need on top of what, we have. But I'm coming out, and right now, this morning, I'm taking you guys along with me as I'm checking on our animals. Here's our pond, and if you've been following us for a while, you know that when we've had problems with heavy rains and floods, that our pond has flooded over here on the spillway, and then our field down here gets totally covered in fish, and we've lost fish that way in the past. But a lot of you folks who subscribe and give us some really good advice recommended we build this safety net here for our fish, and my wife Dearly and I did this about 6 weeks ago, and we did have one heavy rain since then that flooded the pond. And the good news is that even though the field down there got covered with water, we didn't lose any fish. So we know this works. The pond hasn't flooded over yet, but it's going to. I mean, I don't panic. I don't think the end is near every time we get some bad weather. But I was looking at the channel last night and reading the comments where you guys were looking at the hen house or the chicken house I just built, and everybody was talking about this hurricane coming through Florence. And so I've been following the weather, and it looks like we're going to get hit pretty hard. We're in Central Virginia, and our governor has already declared a state of emergency. It's supposed to be here Wednesday. Okay, now up there's where we usually do the morning ramble. But guys, I think I'm going to have to be getting right to it here this morning as soon as I finish recording this. But I wanted to take you around with me because I want you to see what's going on here, and any advice or input you have, feel free to leave it in the comments. Now we're back here to where the chickens are, and they're still in the roost. I hope it's light enough for you guys to see. There's Roger the rooster protecting his flock. What's up, Roger? Oh, you can see their eyes glowing in the very dim light of this camera. But Roger's there with he's got 12 girlfriends now. My goodness, Roger, you're a lucky guy. 12 girlfriends. But as you can see, let's see if we can get some light in here. Mud, some mud hole there. But here's the new chicken house, and it's all complete except the door. And I think I'm going to have to well, I'm just going to be out here working in the rain. That's just a given. And I mean, up until not too long ago, I'd been a mailman for a short while, and I delivered plenty of third-class junk mail in the rain. So if I could walk around up and down the streets of Charlottesville and give people all those coupons for Bed Bath & Beyond and whatever the latest pizza shop is that went into business down there around the university. They'll probably go out of business next summer when school's out. And give those things to people who didn't want them. I'm sure I'm going to get out here in the rain and build a door for my chicken house. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look. Let's see. This is a good test to see if it stayed dry in here. So I don't know if I pointed this out when I was. The thing I love about using this tarp as a roof is that I can tie it down on hooks and whatnot, and then I don't have to put any holes in it. And I will put, at some point, more than likely, some corrugated roofing on here, and I'll be able to use this tarp for other things. And I've got it completely wired in, keep the predators out, hopefully. But let's see the ground. Look at that. It's dry. It's dry. That worked. So I get the chickens transferred over here. They're going to be dry, and we're not going to use this as a roost. Dearly just stuck that there. She thought it might be a good idea, but I don't think the weight would support the chickens. But she had a great idea. So, but yeah, it's holding up. Look at this. No leaks, no leakage, but no door. So, I've got to come. I'm going to, you know what? I'll just hurry up and rush my materials in here, and I'll work on the door in here as much as I can before I just kind of have to come out. And I've got a little bit of a eave here on the back of our detached garage. Shoot, I'm not going to get that wet. And look at that. I'll just keep that umbrella right there. I stuck my umbrella there. Here's your view real quick before I grab it back. There's the umbrella. So you know what? I can stand right here and work on this door and not get wet at all. My goodness gracious. How easy is that? It doesn't get any easier than that when you're working on a door for a chicken house in a hurricane, huh? The hurricane's not here yet. Heavy rains. And you know, it may miss us. That doom and gloom and the fear factor stuff on the news, that's how they make their money. It's how, you know, people who write blog articles and all that stuff get their clicks. Well, you know, we're not going to be stupid, and I'm going to get up here, we can get some light, see if we can. Here's all of our weeping willows. Boy, they love this rain. You know, weeping willows like a lot. Shoot, guys, I'm sorry this is blurry. We can't even get a focus because of the... Can't even get anything to focus in because of the conditions out here, and I keep breathing on the phone. But look at this. Wow, I get excited by this. If you've been following the channel, you know that, look at this. This is tall as me. I'm 5'10". This is almost 6 feet tall. That was a stick about 18 inches tall. Well, here's the original stick. Yeah, 18 inches tall. We cut down a weeping willow tree for some friends of ours, and we took the limbs and came out here and stuck hundreds and hundreds of them in the ground as cuttings. And man, look at that. We got all kinds of weeping willow trees coming up, babies. Oh well, so anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing this morning. I'm going to be getting down there, getting the door on that chicken, the new chicken house, so I can transfer the chickens from their old pen, which was sufficient for last night. It kept them dry. You can see they're all still in there. They're staying dry. And chickens are tough. They're tough cookies. But still, my priority for today is to get those chickens into better housing over there, because somebody pointed out in the comments, and I did have this concern, that the way the roof on the new house is slanted, that the water will drain off of there into that chicken pen, and we're kind of seeing that already. Now, I planned on getting the door done today anyway. What I hadn't planned on was hurricane weather coming in last night, pre-hurricane weather. So this is kind of... I mean, you could say this is urgent. So this is what I'm going to do this morning. Probably give you guys an update later. But I'm going to get in there and get to it before my beautiful bride, dear Lynn, our darling son Daniel, even wake up. I usually don't start hammering or sawing or doing anything that makes a lot of noise while they're still asleep. But I'm going to today, and I doubt they're going to hear me anyway. So look at all this rain. I see a bunch of deer way over there in the field. I don't know if you can see them. You see those deer running through the rain right there in the center of your screen? They might not be showing up because of the weather conditions, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deer running across the field, running for high ground. Now, let's see, we've been back in the U.S. I've been back 2 years. I'm about 300 miles off the coast here in Albemarle County, so we're really not super duper close to the ocean, but man, we get hammered by hurricanes sometimes with the heavy rains and whatnot. But let's see, the last year we lived in the Philippines, our island got pounded by Typhoon Yolanda. They called it Yolanda. It had 2 names for some reason. I don't know. They always call them something in Asia and something else in North America. I don't know why they do that. There's a reason for it. But we were living on Mindanao, and 10,000 people on our island got killed. At least 10,000 people. I think it was 10,000 in one province. So I remember, you know, in typhoon, basically, the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane is that typhoons form over the Pacific Ocean and hurricanes form over the Atlantic. I mean, you can correct me wrong if you know differently, but to my understanding, that's really the only difference. One's over the Pacific, which is a typhoon, and then the hurricane's over the Atlantic. So Dearly often talks about how we're having a typhoon here, and I chuckle, and if anybody were to hear it, they'd be like, what's this girl talking about? Well, it's the same storm, it's just different name. But anyway, when Yolanda came through, it didn't directly hit our part of the island. Mindanao is a pretty big island. You know, it's the size of one of our New England states. I believe it was up north that got hit so hard where all those folks died. Now, there were plenty of casualties in our area. But I remember, I guess this is my storm story here, and then I'm going to wrap this up real quick. And not that I'm blowing you guys off, but I got to get down there and take care of those chickens. I'd gone to bed, me and Daniel. He was, I just saw something running real fast up there where I do the morning ramble, and it was black. I wonder if there's that bear. We've got a bear around here that weighs about 300 pounds. She loves to get my neighbor's garbage. She got ours once, but that was it. We keep it shut up in the garage ever since. They keep theirs shut up too, but every now and then they forget, and the bear will come back and get it. I don't see it. Anyway, Daniel, well, he was probably, maybe he was 4. But we'd gone to bed. Well, Dearly just came in and woke me up and said, we need help with the water. I'm like, what's she talking about? And her brother stayed with us, Abel. Hey, Abel, if you're watching, what's up? He helped us out big time with Daniel and just everything else. So, man, I started to step out of bed and I stepped into like 2 inches of water. The entire house we lived in, we were renting a house in the city of Davao, where their president is from, and he used to be mayor there. And man, just the entire house was flooded by 2 inches of water, and it was just runoff from the roof. We were on flat ground. We lived at sea level. We're on an island, and so that's why it flooded so much. There's nowhere for the water to go. So anyway, we just opened the front door. The water came rushing in the back door. I guess there was a little bit of a decline, and so it went out the front door, and we just took brooms and we spent all night sweeping water out of all the rooms into the living room so it would naturally drain out through the front door. And we got it out. We survived. So again, the priority here this morning is the chickens. Get them out of the rain. Dearly and I will sit down and talk, and well, we'll go I mean, you know, fortunately we just went to the grocery store here this week, and we actually went to Costco and stocked up on a bunch of meat and stuff. I know you guys are saying, you're a homesteader, you're going to Costco. Hey, I've already admitted I'm the worst homesteader on YouTube. That's why that one video is called The Worst Homesteader on YouTube Makes the Best Chicken House Ever. Guys, it's all about getting better, not bitter. You know, if you're so good you can sit there and judge everybody, good for you. I'm glad you've achieved the pinnacle of success. I'm still learning, and say what you want, I'm proud of this chicken house. It's almost wide enough to see it now. And if you're wondering why that piece of plywood's right there on the bottom left-hand corner, it's because there was a gap there so big I needed that to cover it up. But by golly, it's dry inside, isn't it? And those chickens aren't going to break that sucker down, and it might only last a few years. I think it'll last longer than that, but by golly, it's going to last long enough for me to learn how to do it just a little bit better next time, and hopefully I will do it just a little bit better next time. And because it's all about learning, getting a little bit better with each time we do it the next time. All right, they're in there. They're dry. They're safe. And they're laying eggs like crazy. You know, we were concerned our new hens might not lay for a few days because of the trauma of the move, but my gosh, they all laid an egg on the first day here. So this morning, your parting shot of the homestead is from a reverse angle. I'm going to give you a view looking up to where we do the morning ramble instead of down from where we do the morning ramble. Now I'm going to go ahead and get in here and start building this door. It's light enough to see now. So if you're on the East Coast, especially if you're close to the ocean, please do whatever you need to do to prepare for this storm. I mean, the doom and gloom guys and girls are out there again trying to get their clicks. Hopefully it's not as bad as they're trying to make it sound like it's going to be. You know, hopefully the 4 horsemen don't come riding across the treetop there. But make sure you got plenty of food, make sure you got plenty of water, make sure you got flashlights and batteries or whatever. We're going to do the same. Fortunately, I put quite a bit of wood into the wood house here a couple weeks ago that's already dry and ready to burn, because it got quite chilly last night, and if our power goes out for a few days and the temperatures drop, we're going to be able to stay warm. So if we disappear for a couple of days, don't think anything bad happened. We're going to be fine, we're going to make it, but we might lose our internet for a while. So just to give you that, you know. So anyway, you guys have a great day. I'm going to get this door built, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for following us here at Homesteading Off the Grid.